Hey guys, welcome back to Everyday Money. Oftentimes on this channel, you'll hear me talking about investing in the stock market and specifically investing in Vanguard's VTSAX index fund. It's a fund that gives you broad diversification amongst all the stocks in the US market. So today I want to talk about my experience investing in it, the returns that I've gotten from it, why I chose this particular investment, and to show you some real proof in the pudding examples of investing in this particular fund. And then this would also apply to any other total market fund with any other financial institution, I would assume, and also the related ETFs that go along with this, which would the ETF that kind of correlates with VTSAX is the Vanguard VTI ETF. But before we get too far into this, and it looks like I got socked in the eye, this is what you get when you buy a Labrador Retriever puppy, and then in about 3 to 6 months, you get a essentially fully grown, like anywhere between 60 and 100 pound dog that has the energy of a puppy. And then when you play with them, they claw you in the eye, and then you have to record videos like this. So the entire reason that I started investing in VTSAX was because I had some extra money that I had from the sale of one home, and we were going to use it for the purchase of and use it for the down payment of a home that we were buying from my in-laws. And what we ended up doing instead was using gift equity in order to come up with the 20% down to avoid PMI and take a traditional 30-year mortgage, which left us with about $35,000 that we had that was unaccounted for. So in addition to my regular work retirement investment accounts and some other investments that I play with on the side, and as well as my real estate investments, I thought maybe it would be a good time to start an individual investment account that's not a retirement account. It's in a taxable account, and the reason that I do that is because I want to have use of that money at any time. I don't want the government to tell me when I can take that money out, or have to pay large penalties to take that out, depending on, if you're in a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA. I didn't want anything like that because I wanted to leave this money liquid in case we had cost overruns on the renovations for this house, or if I wanted to use it for another investment such as real estate if something like that came along. So I had, like I said, $35,000 that I wanted to invest. I did a lot of research. I wanted to be as diversified as I could, and I wanted to try to have predictable returns. That landed me on Vanguard VTSAX. I had read a lot about investing in broad-based index funds from, for example, the JL Collins stock series, from the Mr. Money Mustache website and the forums there, and then just reading all over the internet and doing my research landed me on VTSAX for a great way to purchase every single stock on the US market so that I wouldn't have to try to pick my own stocks or time the market or anything like that. Just with that money, and then any future monies, just stick it in there and let it go to town. So what I want to do is I will get into the computer, actually get into my Vanguard account. I'll give you an overview of the fund. Again, if you haven't seen anything on VTSAX, I'll also add a card somewhere up here for the video I did specifically on the full overview of VTSAX, and I'll show you what my performance has been since, I believe, March of 2019, because I have ended up doubling the amount of money that is in that account in approximately 21 months or so, and it's really taken off and become larger than I would have expected in that time frame. So like I said, let's dive into the computer and take a look. All right, like I said, we will do a really quick overview of the fund here. This is again, VTSAX is every single stock that is listed in the United States market. The risk potential is a 4 out of 5 because it is mainly stocks, so there's no bonds or anything like that, and stocks can be quite volatile. There is 3,586 stocks in this fund, and the total assets are $1 trillion. These are the top 10 largest holdings, and these over here are the portfolio composition based on sectors. So real quick, we'll go to the performance of this. And you can see that the 10-year performance on this as of November 30th of 2020 is 14.04%. And again, the expense ratio on this is 0.04%, so it's extremely low to the point where it's almost just negligible for what it costs to be in this fund. And that's the big deal with index funds. They're very cheap to run, so there's very little cost to the investor. If you buy this through Vanguard, there are no transaction fees, so it keeps the fees very low. It keeps that from sucking the life out of your investments with fees. So now we will go to my account. So as you guys can see here, I'm now at $70,705.28. I started off with $35,000 in March of, I believe, 2019. March of 2019 is when I started this. And I have contributed to it regularly after every paycheck. Whenever I would get proceeds from any of my real estate investments, I would just cycle that money into here so that my passive income from real estate could generate passive income through stock market investing. In the time that I've held this, so yeah, from March 1st of 2019 to December 27th of 2020, my rate of return has been 21.1%, which obviously that's far greater than the 10% average, but we have I got in, I guess right before coronavirus hit, and you can see where it had marched up and up and up, and then this red dip here to the negative was during the coronavirus scare and the market panic of right around March to mid-April or so of 2020. So my balances, I've purchased $51,337.75 since I opened this fund. Of that, $35,000 was my initial investment. And so my investment returns are $18,563.78. And again, that makes the 21.1% rate of return. The ending balance right here, as it says, is $69,901. That is because I have just purchased about another $800 or so worth of this fund, and it has not posted yet because we're still in the holiday period around Christmas. But once that posts, it will be well over $70,000. So as you guys can see in the account there, I've doubled my money in approximately 21 months. And so really, how did I do that? Well, for one, like I said, I researched a good fund that I thought would grow and be very low cost and not siphon that money off of my account with investing in VTSAX. I committed to putting in money all the time. So anytime I got paid, I would put money into that account. Again, separate from my work retirement account. Anytime that I got proceeds from my real estate investments, which is once a month, I would take that money and put that money in there. And like I said, that making passive income off of passive income money, it just kind of blows my mind. And it's a very powerful way to grow your wealth and just continue to make that money work for you instead of you working for that money. And then I had the discipline not to spend it on things that I might have wanted to purchase along the way. But the biggest thing as far as growing that account right now in the first 2 years has just been savings. You do have to find a portion of your income from somewhere, from your job, from other investments, from a part-time job, from a side hustle, something like that, so that you can make those contributions to grow that account along with the interest returns that you make. Obviously, 21.1% is just fabulous for a stock market investment that is just trying to match the market. I don't expect that rate of return to continue forever. I would assume that it will settle more into a 10% historical average over time. So that's how I was able to grow that investment account and ended up doubling my money by investing in low-cost index funds and consistently saving my money over time. Guys, if you like this video, if you got some value out of it, be sure to hit that like button for me. It really helps this video out in the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate you guys watching today, and I will see you in the next one.